You're going to be surrounded by people who know the Amazon so well, people who have either lived here their whole lives or have studied it their whole lives in all sorts of different capacities, and do it in such a fun way where you get to go on hikes, you get to go tubing down the river. And I always struggled with really being very interested in very different fields. Being stuck between art and the environment and culture. One of the master ceramicists here, Iyarina, I got to know really well in my first few years being at this field school, and she became a really close friend of mine. So when I was trying to figure out where I wanted to do my year of research, I asked her if I could live with her, and she said, of course, come be my daughter and stay in my home. So Iyarina really did become my adoptive mother in a number of ways. And leaving Ecuador after being here for a whole year and also knowing her for several years before was so difficult, because I realized that now, no matter where in the world I am, that I'm going to have two mothers, really, whether I'm with one or the other in whatever continent or country, that I'm always going to have that part of me somewhere else and be missing that person that intensely, because that's really how close Elodie and I became. It's really shaped the way that I see the world, and it's really shaped the way that I interact with people around the world, both here and in my home country and everywhere else. One of the major ways that being here has really changed my worldview, or not only just changed it, but maybe made me understand it better, is by understanding a lot of the perspectives and concepts that exist in Quechua thinking that weren't exactly present in my own upbringing. And one of those examples is this word yaqui. And yaqui can be translated in English as love and also as sadness. And that was something that was very profound to me when I first learned that, because with love always comes sadness, is what is really getting at. And you have, no matter where in the world that you are, if you are happy there and there's something that you love there, that's always going to be impermanent, and you're going to leave or it's going to go away, and with that comes sadness. And in English and in a lot of places where English is spoken, those two concepts are so separate and so, they are separated, but to acknowledge that even though we try to separate them, you can't, and no matter what, they are kind of two sides of the same coin, is something that I never would have really fully realized if I hadn't been here. When you're speaking Quechua and you talk about the past, you talk about what's in front of you. And when you talk about the future, you talk about what's behind you, which is the complete opposite from English and Spanish and many other languages that I had been familiar with. And this is because the past is in front of you because you can see it. You know what happened in the past, you were there, it's visible to you. But the future is behind you because you can't see what's behind you. That's all, you have no idea what is there. And this idea that the future is so unpredictable and behind you was, again, something that really brought these new ideas to me that I never would have had if I'd never been here.